So your career in acting has been incredibly successful, but for you, you were sick a lot as a kid, and you were in and out of hospitals constantly, and you eventually become a mother, and here you are washing all these onesies for your first child. You were washing them with these traditional detergents, etc., and this sparked quite the idea for you.
Yeah, I actually had an allergic reaction to something that my mother recommended I use, and it was for babies specifically, and I just felt like, you know, how the heck could something that's marketed to babies specifically and all of that give me this type of reaction? Like, what's going on?
So you started researching this on your own?
So I started researching it on my own, and I learned that there are lots of untested and potentially harmful chemicals in everyday products, and also in even just what's in your home.
You went to Washington, D.C. and lobbied Congress on some of this
Yeah,
stuff?
for chemical reform.
I mean, what made you so upset, so angry, that you felt like you needed to use your platform, your fame, your name, your voice to go in front of Congress?
There were several things. One was me just thinking about how sick I was as a kid, and how the rise of, you know, asthma, allergies, cancers, obesity, hormone disorders in women and men, and also mental disabilities, all linked to the environment and certain things in the environment that have caused it, and the rise of the industrialization of chemicals. They coincide.
So this is the idea for The Honest Company. By the way, you launched it 2011. You have 2 little kids. Haven was 4 months. Honor was 3 years.
Raising my initial seed capital at 7.5 months pregnant.
Bravo to you.
Interesting.
What was that like?
It was weird. It actually reminded me of pitching a movie or TV idea to studios, except every studio is in a building right next to each other.
Okay, by the way, it's mainly men in these rooms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they're looking at you. Yes, you're a celebrity.
But I had a great business partner and group of guys that I partnered with, and one in particular who had a great reputation, has a great reputation in venture capital. So that really helped. And I think it would have been a completely different experience if I didn't walk in with him.
But that's sad. Think about it. You're saying even you, a movie star, proven successful, as a woman.
But being successful in entertainment doesn't mean you're going to be successful in business.
But at least your name helps you get in the door. No?
Sure.
You do say, though, Jessica, that you faced 3 years of, in your words, condescending nods and good luck pats on the back.
It's sort of like when I was like, I'm going to be an actress. They're like, really? Okay. Who do you know? How is that going to happen?
So what did that embolden you? Did that just...
Totally. Yeah. I mean, it made me more determined, but it was really hard. And I think you learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about the type of, I guess, your perseverance and what you're capable of when people don't believe in you or don't think you can achieve what you know you can. It's not like I had a team of cheerleaders rooting for me.
Right.
Everyone pretty much thought I was nuts. It's tough when you're the only woman in the room, in the boardroom, on the C-suite.
Is that true? Is the board all men?
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah. But we're changing it. I have a new CEO.
You do have a new CEO.
I do. We had a woman for a short period of time who's a professor, but she wasn't there for that long.
So how important is it to you to get more women on this board?
It's incredibly important. It's everything. So I leaned on women in business that I would meet, and I over leveraged probably, or leaned on them a little bit more than they probably wanted me to. I just felt so alone on this journey.
How did that happen in your own company?
Because I'm one of 3, and there's 3 guys and me, and I didn't know how to, and I'd never done this before. So my husband's advice, which was the right advice, which was like, don't worry, listen and learn. There's that to a certain point, but then there's also the point where you got to put your foot down and you have to trust your gut, and you have to know that diversity in thought is important. And there are women that are senior level women that could come and work at the company.
Especially in this space. I mean, this isn't
Especially,
just...
and also I shouldn't be the only one that understands the consumer and cares about the consumer. But the issue was, the mindset was that when you build something from nothing, is you're really having the business revolve around a business model versus building a brand and being consumer centric. And so there was this tension, which I think could probably be a healthy tension initially when you start something. But ultimately, if you want to build something that's going to last, you have to build a brand and you have to think of the consumer first. And that's what I got back around to, and that's with my new CEO. That's how he thinks about building a brand, and that's also how the team of executives that he has brought on. And we have a lot more diversity, and we're also creating a program inside of the company. So no matter where you come in at any entry-level job or up, there's a path for you to a real career pathing to get you up to where you want to go in your life and up to that C-suite executive capabilities. So we're going to have a curriculum and a program and a mentorship in-house inside of the Honest Company for women specifically.
Good.
Yeah, it's necessary.
Did you ever go to the former CEO or the former other founding partners and say, we need women on the board?
Of course. Yeah.
What'd they say?
It's not that they didn't want to, it's just when you're thinking month to month about your financial goals, and that's more important than building a long-term vision and strategy, it's just a different mentality on how to build something. So we were always kind of on opposite ends of the spectrum. I think that was really good. I think that's why we were so successful to start, but I think you probably hit a plateau with that mentality, and then you need true alignment across the board to take the company from where we are now to that next stage.
One of the things that you say that you've learned being a woman in business is twofold. One, ask for help. Learn how to ask for help. And two, be okay with criticism. What were those two sort of journeys like for you?
Well, I was afraid of people thinking that I was dumb or I should know the way a certain thing works, and so much was confusing about a lot of the way that certain business models were explained, or how certain raising money this way or that way is explained. And so I was like, should I ask in the room? Should I ask the CFO how this is going to get broken down?
You said you didn't think you were smart at one point. Do you now?
Yeah. Yeah. I also had an insecurity because I didn't go to college.
Yeah, guess who else didn't finish college?
A lot of people.
Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, there's plenty.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I always just admired people who had the luxury of being able to just learn and not have to worry about making money or having a career, and that to me is the greatest luxury, is just to learn about anything that your heart desires.